strike me down, I shall become more powerful than you could possibly imagine.
Oh yeah, testing for Rebellion is now live on the MAV server. And you know what that means? That means we get to go through and look at every single card as it is right now, which, full disclaimer, things could very well change. In fact, testing on the MAV server has triggered dozens of changes in the last few sets. So there can absolutely be some changes, but this is our first full look at the early Rebellion cards. So I'm gonna go through these. We've seen a lot of them come out. I've been able to release a few on stream. We've seen a bunch of other content creators releasing some. So some of these I've seen before, but some of these I'm gonna be looking at for the very first time. So this is a first look at the Rebellion cards. I'm gonna go through them. I'm gonna give my initial thoughts on them. Keep in mind, these are just initial thoughts. Some of these I'm going to be literally seeing for the first time as I record this video. So I haven't had time to process a lot of this. You know what? Oh, by the way, the pack opening. There's some pack opening videos on this channel, on Twitter, on Twitch. You wanna see what the pack openings look like. If you wanna see me play with these cards, tonight, tomorrow morning, as much as I can over the next week, we are gonna live stream MAV server battles. So if you're a MAV and you'd like to come play me on stream, absolutely come message me, come join the streams. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitch so we can go check those out. But without further ado, let's go look at the Rebellion cards. We're gonna start out with the summoners because as we go through the cards, that's gonna be something important to keep in mind, right? What are the possible summoner synergies we could be taking advantage of? We're gonna see these 3 mana summoners like right here, like Brewmaster, Abraxas, that bring, actually all of these are gonna bring brand new gameplay mechanics. This first one here is their dual summoner. So this is a fire earth summoner. You can play cards from either element as long as they're not banned by the rule set. It doesn't go around the rule set. But so we've got fire earth, so there's gonna be some combos there. I said a Dispel Summoner would be good. I thought it might be too overpowered. So in this case, you have a choice. You can give 2 of your units Dispel or 2 units -2 magic attack. Now, typically that's gonna be your enemy. Usually you're gonna debuff the enemy, right? So you can choose -2 magic for 2 of your enemy opponents. That seems pretty solid. You could possibly give -2 to your own units. That would be rare, but maybe, let's say you've got a 5 attack card, 5 magic attack card, and the opponent has force field. Oh no, you're gonna run into force field and do 1 damage. Well, if you give yourself -2, it'll actually bump up your attack, and now it'll bump down your attack to 3, but you're gonna do all 3 damage. So there could be some strategy there. But that Dispel, if you throw that out there and you see, oh crap, my opponent's got they're setting up a Martyr Bloodlust team, or they're setting up this buff heavy team, Dispel it. I like that Dispel Summoner. Zedekah, you can be death or water. Prophet Rosa over here. You can +2 ranged or shield. Man, there are some good water cards that could really benefit from shield. Bakjira is already a pain to get through, right? Give it a shield on top of its void. Earth and Life. Underboss can have 1 card poison or +2 melee. I don't know, the +2 melee to 2 cards seems pretty good. The poison seems odd to me because you have Waka, a 3 mana summoner who gives poison to your allies, but is that poison to your ally or is that poisoning an enemy? Again, I'm seeing this for the first time. I haven't had clarification. It's poisoning the enemy. That could definitely be very interesting. Choose a card out there you want to get poisoned. Prune to life or water summons. Those are pretty straightforward. Man, there's a lot of healing and sustainability in those 2 elements. You combine them together, you could build some things there. Speaking of sustainability, Avina can give a tank here, self-heal, not a tank heal, sorry, a self-heal to any card. That could be fun. What about, man, I'm thinking of some of those beefy cards. You could give a heal to What about one of our Rift Watcher cards? I'm now forgetting the name now that I'm live on video, but there's a Last Stand Rift Watcher card that everybody thought was awful. What if you could give it heal now? Ooh, that changes things. That makes that card a little more interesting. I like the tank heal, or you can give 2 cards plus 2 speed. I say tank heal, self heal. I gotta get the terminology right. All right, we can now have fire or death combos. Our Death Summoner, -2 health, or Reflection Shield. That Reflection Shield could be very clutch. Choose one that might be next to Blast. Choose one that's in danger of dying to Thorns. Return Fire, Reflect. I like a Reflection Shield summoner. That was another summoner we debated. Would Reflection Shield on all the cards be too powerful? Apparently they thought so. They're only gonna let you give it to some of the cards. And then I like this one too. Oh, this Dragon Summoner is gonna be so good. The ability to give, okay, you can give Lookout to 1 card. To me, that's kind of meh. Ambush to 2 cards. That could be insane. You can throw out some high damage glass cannon cards and make sure they get some early attacks in with Ambush. That looks extremely powerful. I don't know about Kitty powerful level, but that is a powerful Dragon Summoner. Wow. Wow. Okay, let's go look at the monsters. I feel like that's I've got so much to process just with those summoners right there, but okay, let's move on. Kabuto Soldier, that was one of the ones that I got to reveal myself, but you know what? We can actually click on these and I can show you guys. We're not gonna go through it at every level, but I can at least let you guys see every single level here. Kabuto Soldier has that ambush ability, get an ambush sneak attack in. That's a staple. That's a staple fire card. That's just a staple sneak card. That's gonna get used a lot. I have no doubts about that. I don't necessarily think it's overpowered, but sneak teams are common. It's gonna get used a lot. Nimbleduck Scout. There's a bunch of these. There's a bunch of very powerful 2-mana cards in Rebellion. Nimbleduck Scout has all sorts of options. Backfire, Blast. There are so many different possibilities here with Yasik. Give it some weapons training. It's got then you've got Blast with Scattershot, or you've just got a very fast card that has Backfire that you can stick up front, and Inspire is always a nice buff. There's gonna be some fun uses for Nimbleduck Scout. I have no doubt about that. We've got so many cards to get through. This is gonna be a long video. Okay, Scatter. Ooh, this is an interesting combo. I don't know if I like this. Scattershot and Fury. Double damage to taunt, but you're not going to hit the taunting card. Or odds are you won't, because you've got Scattershot. I don't know. I'm not sure how much I'd use this one. I don't like that combo of abilities. It's still not bad stats to begin with though. And then you got the dodge on top of it. I don't like the Fury on it, but overall it's still not terrible. Chaos Orc. Trample Piercing. The Trample Piercing can be kind of nice. That looks like a card I'd like to stick at like the 2nd spot. When you've got Flank, maybe? That's my first thought there. I mean, decent health attack for 6-mana card. I mean, that's just a solid mid-mana tank. Or damage dealer, however you want to use it. Oh, I want units. Units only. Get those summoners out. Speaking of Flank, here's our first Flank card we're looking at. And it's a ranged tank. Ooh, that's interesting. Because Flank, you definitely want to put that card in the first spot with that Flank. Decent amount of speed, has a Shatter. A decent amount of health and armor, not necessarily a ton for 8 mana. But that's not a bad combo right here, looking at our Myrmidon and Chaos Orc. Putting them up front. But ranged tanks are always nice to have, because you're going to have like some rule sets where melee's banned or things like that. It's pretty fast. It could be nice with Yasik. Flame Methods. Ooh, a Backfire flying card. I mean, this just looks like a solid card that's going to be common just because it's only 2 mana. So a lot of times you're just trying to get the cheap extra attack in, throw it at the back line, and if they have sneak, you got an okay dodge chance with some backfire. For 2 mana, that's a pretty solid card. It'd really work well with Jotun if we're going in wild. Torch Vizier, this one's a beast. This one might be too OP. 5 melee attack, 5 mana with Reflection, Shield, and Opportunity. I don't think I need to explain why that one's beastly. Is it too good? That's my question. Is it too good? Will it get nerfed? I mean, I would still use this if it lost a few points of health, if it lost a speed. It might, that might be a nerf candidate there. Our demon. Ranged attack with Oppress. That Oppress could be very nice now. A Scattershot card. True Strike. I don't know, we've got some other Scattershot cards. Even in, I mean, there's a 5 mana, I think it's 4 range damage Scattershot card in Fire. I can see this one being useful, but it doesn't excite me initially. Immunity cards are always good. An immunity weapons training card. I like it. Yeah, that one's gonna get used. That one's absolutely gonna get used. Man, imagine how much Jotun would be loving this card. Again, I'm kind of looking at things from a modern perspective. You can still use Jotun in Wild. It's not completely gone. But immunity is great. I mean, we see Noxious Fumes rule sets all the time. Those immunity cards are so good. If Infernal Firestorm, another flank card. So Fire has 2 flank cards that are not melee attackers. That's kind of interesting. But yeah, I like using this as a tank. Getting a big melee hitter behind it. There's a lot of things you can do there. Chaos Golem. Okay, this one's a beast too. The Enrage plus Retaliate combo with all that attack is just sick. Because when he gets enraged, he's doing 8 damage. This will be very common, especially if magic is banned. Or magic is less common for whatever reason. Because if you go ranged against him, you're getting return fire. If you go melee, you're getting smacked in the face, or a chance of getting smacked back in the face. That's a very good card. Rush Townsend. That's a lot of fast range damage with piercing. Oh, it's got ambush too. Amplify is always good. Expensive card. Man, we're seeing a lot of ranged. And I now forget what the fire summoner was. Oh yeah, the spell -2 magic. Okay, not necessarily ranged synergy there. All right, we're down with fire. Chaos Rear Guard. Ooh, this one's nice. I'm thinking Little League, where you can only do 4 mana at most, and now you've got a shield. 15 combined health and armor with a shield. That is a nice Little League tank. Ooh. Yeah, that'll play. That will play. Oh, here we go. We're seeing a lot of these cards that don't have attack, but have attacking abilities designed specifically for weapons training. So this is a decent speed. I mean, I see the Reflect here. This is like a better Failed Summoner. I mean, yeah, that just looks like a better Failed Summoner to me. Maybe it's not better. Failed Summoner had some buffs and debuffs too. So maybe not. But it's kind of like a Failed Summoner. And we know how good Failed Summoner is, right? So I mean, yeah, whether you're using that up front as a cheap tank, you're using it with weapons training, that card's gonna work. Dodge and phase. Marauding Seeker. A snipe card. Fast snipe. Remember, the Water Riftwatcher card has backfire on it. That card, it's hard to use a ranged card as a tank. But there can maybe be some synergy there, especially in a ranged up can attack up front rule set. Maybe you just don't even care about it attacking. We're trying to get those dodges. Oh, here we go. Ooh, we have Sultry Barmaid. Now this is interesting. Again, this is a combo I don't necessarily like in the ambush plus stun. Because if you stun, I shouldn't say I don't like it, but if you stun on that opening attack, stun doesn't let your opponent move until the end of this card's next turn. It might stun and then take another turn before the stun card goes and you lose your opening stun. So that I almost wish the card was slower and had compensated with other stats. But you can still get the stuns for later. Maybe you stun a faster card anyways. Having an ambush stun still isn't terrible. But I do wish it wasn't so fast and had some other stats or abilities to make up for the loss of speed. I feel like you won't get that opening stun in. Or maybe they finally changed the stun mechanics to fix them. We've seen this card before. This is the ultimate support card here. Look out, Dispel, Tank Heal, Cleanse. This is nice. Just an all-around nice support card. Mid-mana support card, I like it. Absolutely like it. Pirate of 8! This is... Oh, what's the other card? This is our Exploding Eels? Electric Eels! Electric Eels! This is what it reminds me of. I mean, this is solid. A reach, 4 mana, you get 4 attack damage with blast. Just simple, solid. I like it. I can't remember the exact stats on electric eels, but it's very, very similar. Sea Dog of 8. A tank. I mean, it's got decent damage with 4 melee too, but it's got the heal. Then it has one of our new abilities, Corrosive Ward. When hit with a melee attack, it does 2 armor damage to the attacker and removes 2 max armor. So it erodes away their armor. And then he heals up so he can stay there for a while, doing a decent amount of damage. That's solid. That is very solid. Oh, we have a Bloodlust Scattershot card with magic damage. Only 3 mana. This also feels like it'd be a beast in Little League too. Where you're likely to have some lower health cards in the back line. Get some Scattershot. Maybe once you pick up a few kills and you start... Yeah, it ramps up. I kind of like it. I like it. I don't know if it's OP, but I like it. We don't want him to be OP, right? Oh, here's another Corrosive Ward. Oh, one of these cards, the 1 health, 11 armor with Void Armor. Works very well until you run into a Shatter. You run into a Shatter, that thing's in trouble. You run into a Poison, that thing's in trouble. But these cards are masters of the Health Equalizer rule set. When that 1 health doesn't matter, that's when they become very, very nice. That's where I see myself using that card. Captain Fellblade Sneak. Ooh, a dual attack sneak card. I like it. Yeah, I like it a lot. Fast. It's not insanely high damage for 8 mana because it is high mana. But I like the dual attack sneak card. I think that's the first time we've seen that. Seen a dual attack reach card. Oh, this guy's got some nice abilities. A legendary, only 2 attack, but has silence, headwinds, increases speed, swiftness, amplify. Those are 4 really good support abilities. This is kind of a support ability, a high mana support card. I've wanted a lot more of these high mana support cards. Got a bunch of very durable. Just not a lot of damage, but I think that's one that a lot of people will underestimate. But I actually like it quite a bit. Ooh, weapons training swiftness. I tweeted out about this one. Bringing the canine family in here. I like the we have a backline taunting tank in water. So that triage is very nice, and then we know how good weapons training is going to be, right? Weapons training is getting a massive boost. Magic weapons training with swiftness and triage are two very good support abilities. Dodge on a one speed card is kind of interesting. Get some reverse speed dodges. Yeah, looks solid. Here's one of those 2 mana cards with no attack as we move on to Earth Working Puffer. Poison! Poison on a card that can't attack. Silence is very good. Corrosive Wards. It's going to be a weapons training card. Weapon training card or a cheap tank. As far as cheap tank goes, we mentioned Veiled Summoner earlier. That's who we've been using in that element. I think I'd rather have... A lot of people say power creep here. I think I'd rather have Veiled Summoner, to be honest. But that's still a solid card. Three mana. Could this be a like Little League ranged only type card? Snare can be nice in those flying earthquake rule sets. I don't love it, but I can see its use. Endless Ape. Force Field. Not Force Field, sorry, Reflection Shield. Scavenger. This is a card... My first thought looking at this is a card that'd be great in the second position if we have some flank. Do we have any flank here? We'll find out. Look out. +1 magic, Void. Look out. It's an interesting combo of skills. I'm not sure where I'd use that at. Because look out, you're thinking you might put it in the second to last spot to help defend against some sneak. Feels like a weird spot to put Void. A card with Void, a decent amount of armor and health for 4 mana, but only 1 attack. I don't know, I feel like that's not the best complement of abilities there. Gobson Sniper. Got camo. Sniper with a little bit of camouflage there. This is going to be great for a snipe team. Just a solid snipe card. Nothing fancy. I mean, the cripple, the strength in is nice. Overall, I think it's just a solid snipe card. You want to put in a snipe team? It works. Another immunity card. I would say this is gonna be a niche card for me, especially if you have flying. You have everybody's favorite Earthquake and Noxious Fume. So now you've got Snare and immunity. Just feels like a card I'd use in one of those 2 rule sets. Solid stats overall, but not anything overly exciting. But works in those situations. Swell Spore Beast. Decent attack. Affliction. The Truth. Don't underestimate that True Strike, especially with the 1 speed card. Making sure you can't be dodged. A lot of times up here, these larger attack cards in lower leagues can really be good. Ooh, Trample. Thorns. Pretty solid tank there. Oh, look at this dino. All right, here's our flank card has weapons training. Oh, and it's got heal, a tank with heal. That's always nice. Now you've got flank and weapons training. So you could put some of these. You can put some of these cards that don't have any attack. You can put Working Puffer there, and it can get some melee attack in. You can pair it with Endless Ape. Don't get the weapons training out of it. But that could be very, very interesting with some of these no attack cards. Oh, here's a tank heal. I mean, that's just solid healer right there. Look out, so you're just gonna stick it in the next to last spot probably. Look out, reduce the sneak damage. Decent attack with the tank heal. I mean, yeah, that's just a solid. That's gonna be a staple card. Not necessarily special, but just simple use case. Oh, we've got a last stand. Sabajin, a last stand with our armor strike, where you attack once with the magic attack, and then you attack once again with your armor attack. That guy could finish off some battles with some. You give him some martyr and stuff in there. It's not Omicron, but he could get some big attacks. Lord Thanalor. It's a beefy card, 12 mana. Has Scavenge, Amplify, Rust. Is it worth 12? It's a good card. Is it worth 12 mana? I feel like maybe in the 99 mana type rule set you'd use it. I don't see myself using this in a 30-40 mana rule set where that 12 mana can really hurt. I don't see it there. But in one of those battles where it's 99 mana and mana count doesn't matter, yeah, it's a solid card. My question is it worth 12 mana? On to live Area Bandit. I know it's a long video, but we've got 85 cards or whatever it is to go through. Area Bandit Snipe. Just a solid snipe card. I said that about one of the other cards earlier. For a little weak card, you get 3 snipe damage with that speed. Pretty good health, and you can throw in the back line because with that health and dodge, it can hold its own against a little bit of sneak. It's a solid snipe card. This is a good. I saw this card earlier today. Albahu Forester. It is not fair that life gets Pelacor Conjurer and this Forester here. One has the Magic Reflect, this one has the Return Fire. All that health, some armor. It's got Triage, which was a very good ability. Oh, it's got True Strike if you want to give it some weapons training. This is going to be another staple card, I think. That's very, very good. Ooh, Skyspire Yak. That's a pretty solid Little League tank. I like it. Here's another looking like a support card. Ooh, shield, tank heal. Got that strengthen. That's nice. That shield in there too as a support card. It can almost act as its self tank. It's gonna have 9. When you add the strength, it's gonna have 9 health, so it can heal up for 3 on its own. You can throw in the back line. It's very good anti-sneak. Heal your tank while you've got that shield, defend against the melee sneak attacks. Here, we need to just go through, so I don't have to keep scrolling down. Should have done this a long time ago. Ooh, I like this. A dual attack card. A higher mana repair. Got those support abilities, the repair, the headwinds, good backline card. I'll use that for the repair. Higher melee or higher mana rule sets. There's a lot of times I'm trying to get a repair in, but a lot of the repairs are lower mana, and you don't like to dip down to those lower mana cards and give up a lot of mana in those high mana battles. Now you can get that repair in while still having some decent attack. Get some headwinds in there, too. Lots of health. I like it. Banalorian Archer. There's a magic snipe card. Look out, return fire. Again, you're building a snipe team. That's a good card to sneak in. Okay, we have another flank card. I've been very intrigued to see the flank cards here. You've got Void Armor and Protect. Ooh, I mean, you stick a good Protect, you stick a big damage card in the second spot. And think about, okay, let's skip over here real quick. Card we've already seen, Mantaroth. Imagine now sticking Mantaroth in the second spot behind that card, where you can give it more armor to boost up its armored strike. I don't know. I like that. I like that flank. I like the flank ability so much. Do we have Jared Scar's friend? I mean, it's got a cleanse. It's got 4 melee damage with opportunity. Got that true strike, so it doesn't miss with that low speed. Yeah, I mean, just that opportunity. Yeah, that's gonna be a good card. We can form a hippo team. Here's another card with immunity. Again, it's got immunity. It's gonna work in the Noxious Fumes rule set. Solid, not outstanding damage, but solid damage. Yeah, that's where I see myself using that. Another Harpy. This is a nice Scattershot card. 3 range attack for 3 mana. Plus you've got the speed, flying. Solid damage to mana ratio. Scattershot's becoming more and more important. I like it. Here's the card we revealed on my live stream yesterday. Baradolin. Just a beast of a tank. We got a taunting tank. Taunt with the shields, the void armor, all of that health. Beast. I don't know how much damage you'll get with the armored strike. I mean, at first you could get a lot. But this is where, okay, we've got our dragon summoner, right? Where you can give ambush. Okay, Bear's probably not going to do a lot of damage with the armored strike typically because it's a taunting card, right? It's gonna lose that armor fast. Yeah, you can maybe get some repair in there to restore that and get some extra attack. But you give it ambush, and now before the opponents are attacking it, it does 10 damage. That's a nice use of ambush. Commander Goff. Oh, high mana battles, pairing Commander Goff with Bara. Got Inspire in there. Have a Resurrect for the Void Armor card. This is a solid pairing. High mana battles, that combo down there at the bottom. I like it. Okay, what have we not looked at? We have not looked at Death. Neutrals, Dragon, that's what we've got left. Chaos Animator, another one of our no attack cards. Man, I can use this in my redemption team. Very solid tank up front. Or you can use it with weapons training. Oh, I haven't seen this one yet. Another no attack card. Very fast with blind and return fire. Oh, and you can get it some attack and it can dispel too. That could be very good against. I mean, magic's gonna be kind of its weakness. But that'll dodge a lot, return fire. So, I mean, stick it up front for 2 mana, it's solid. Okay, we're seeing a lot of ranged cards with high health. Higher health backline cards with these Rebellion cards. That seems to be a theme. Not a ton of attack, but much less is this. We've seen Sneak has been kind of a meta for so long. Very popular for Sneak teams. With the combination of Lookout and these higher health backline cards, are the Sneak teams on their way out? I don't think they're on their way out. Speaking of Sneak, here we go. Here's one. And that feels, the Sneak and the Void feels like an odd combo. Scavenger's always solid though. It's just a solid Sneak card. Very solid Sneak card. We are losing Mylor from Modern though. That'll be one thing that'll boost Sneak teams. Look at this Archer. I like my Archers. Oh, here we go. A Sneak range card. Those can be very, very nice. A lot of times your anti-sneak is designed against melee sneak. You might have things like thorns or retaliate in the back. Range sneak can be nice, where you go into those ranged only rule sets and people think, oh, there's not gonna be any sneak attack. Because there's only ranged cards. Or melee's banned, there's not gonna be any sneak attack. Not so fast. This card, it might be this one might be one of the best cards. I feel like a nerf is absolutely coming for this card. Wailing Wraith has that armored strike from the second spot. Reach for only 4 mana. This is a Little League card. You get 2 ranged or 2 melee attack and then 3 armored attack. 5 attack. That's without any buffs or anything. Oh, it's got Rust as well. Affliction as well. We've got a reward card that gives you Protect and Inspire. That's also a Little League card in Death. Pair it with that card. Pair it with that card, and you have 8 attack from this card from Little League. Stupid. Stupid powerful. This one's getting nerfed. I'm calling it right now. That one's absolutely getting nerfed. Otherwise, it's a must-have card if not. Helheim Demon. I love ranged taunting tanks. Open up a lot of strategies by being able to put in the back line. You attack it with melee, you've got Corrosive Ward, you're gonna take some armor damage. It's overall not, considering it has no shield or void, it doesn't really have a ton of health and armor for its mana count. So it might be a little weak as a tank. But those backline taunting tanks, I still think have a lot of value, so I still think it's solid. Maybe a little too high mana cost. Chaos Jailer, ambush plus opportunity plus poison. Again, 7 like solid health numbers on these Rebellion cards. Very solid health numbers. Executioner Kron. Void armor makes it a very solid tank there. Oppress. We're seeing some of these cards that don't have any attack. They need a counter, right? There's Oppress. Oh, a double strike card. Oh, I like it. I like it. A double strike Scattershot card. Let's bring some chaos. We've seen a double strike Scattershot card, but it's a high mana cost. Now you can get it in a Little League. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. Demise Archon Faust. I like the life leech with the 3 magic attack means it's gaining 2 health every time it lands that damage. Also has Lookout. Legendary card. I see it feels a little weak for a legendary card, to be honest. 13 mana. Fury? Magic Reflect? I mean, those high mana battles, you see a lot of taunting tanks. That Fury could be nice. 10 magic damage. Overall, it doesn't feel like a 13 mana card, though. Again, some of these high mana cards, I feel like I'd use them when there's 99 mana. There's no limit. Let's go to neutral next. Neutral cards. Oh, we've got a neutral reflection shield. Corrosive Ward. Interesting card. The reflection shield on a card up front makes me wonder where I want to put that card. Oh, we've got another double strike. Not a ton of damage though. Break out the +2 range from some of those our new summoners. Then you turn into 8 damage. By itself though, I mean snipe. It's still 4 snipe damage. It's for put it on a snipe team. I can see that. I can see it. All right, here we go. Flank. Look at 11 mana. 27 combined health and armor, and it has flank. Stick a weapons training card behind it, a melee weapons training card. Yeah, I see. It's gonna have some use. That card's gonna be good. Chaos Lackey. This is all about the spell, I think. I feel like you're putting this card in there for the spell. Only 1 range attack, that's very low. High speed, decent health. I feel like it needs another attack. Don't immediately love that card. Moxie and Rebel, weapons training. Weapons training with camouflage. The phase and camouflage feels a little odd. The phase in there seems a little wasted. Another immunity card. Immunity opportunity. This is gonna be definitely a Noxious Fumes, but using that opportunity other places can be good. Still not, again, lots of health for a card that you think of opportunity being a damage dealer. Ambush Scatter Shot. Ooh, that could be fun. Another dog! Long live the dogs! Here's our promo card. We've talked about it a lot already. Staple card. So good. This is replacing Elmo. No doubt about it. Oh, a reach Lookout. So that's gonna be a nice sneak counter. If you put that right in front of the card that's being attacked with sneak. Put the opportunity card there as well. If they're the lowest health card, they might get hit with opportunity. Snipe. Snipe and opportunity. Decent sneak, or decent reach hitter. This is like an hour-long video. Give me a break. Try to go through 85 cards. Ooh, for 3 mana, I like this card. You can use it up front as a cheap tank. You can use it in the back line as anti-sneak for Thorns. I like this, and this is a low mana. I mean, even other even mid-mana battles, where you just don't have a lot of mana left, getting 3 range attack for 3 mana is solid. I mean, that's anytime you have that attack to mana ratio on a backline card, you can live with that. Mantaroth, we already looked at this card. This is our promo card. Beastly tank. We're getting towards the end here. Nalarak Gainek. Interesting. Lots of health. The Void gonna be solid, and we're expecting magic damage. The Void, Silence. Like in magic only battles, that's a tough combo. Then you get some stun, some amplify. Okay. My favorite are always the dragons. Let's go find them. We have 4 dragon cards. It's not very many. Not very many. Dragonling. Another 1-speed card with dodge. True Strike. Oppress. Gonna try and counter some of these cards that are getting that weapons training. Here's another immunity card. Flying immunity. You know, it's more of it's a magic tank. With stun, not doing a ton of damage, but some speed, that speed and flying. I don't know what to think of those. We've seen this one before. This one's a really good support card. Protect and Repair for a Little League card. Amplify is always good. Blind's always solid. Cleanse. Just take a cheap card and throw a ton of good support abilities on it. Yeah, I like it. Our legendary dragon. Okay, now we have Return Fire and Reflect. Reflection Shield. I don't know what to think of that card. Throw it in when you've got a Thorns matchup, throw it in there, it can get all 3 of those. It's only 4 mana. Like for 4 mana, that's you're gonna find some use for that. That's it. 80-something card, however many it is. That's a lot to go through. So much to go through. Longest video, probably the longest video I've ever made. But it is a ton of fun. You guys gotta come follow me on Twitch because we're gonna play with these cards. Looking at them is one thing, playing at them, seeing them in battle, getting impressions on them is a whole nother thing. What's the plan? So here's gonna be the plan for this week before Rebellion comes out. We're gonna go do as many play tests and streams as we can, play with these cards as much as possible. If you're gonna play, if you have access to the map server and you're gonna play with me, absolutely come reach out, find out when I'm streaming, we can play together. Then we're gonna have to make some videos ranking these cards, right? Rank the cards, play with the cards. It's gonna be a fun week, and then they finally come out on December 5th. I cannot wait. Oh, it's gonna be a blast. Fortunately, I have to work that day. I'm not gonna be able to stream until late. But that night, we are going to have a ton of fun opening up packs, playing with the cards. It is going to be a blast. I will see you then.